guys, welcome back to another video. Happy Sunday. It is June 18th, 2023. It is 6:56 p.m. and we're doing another tier list. This is another Hell's Kitchen tier list. We're back at it again, ranking every contestant from every season. And we're going to be doing season 4 this time. So season 4, definitely, I know some people have mixed opinions about season 4 of Hell's Kitchen, but for me, I actually think it's actually one of my favorite seasons of Hell's Kitchen. I know some people don't really care much for the season. Some people are like, oh, this is, the contestants from the season weren't very, memorable. Some of these, this season was, a lot of people say they don't really find this season nostalgic. For me, it's kind of that way with season 3. Now, I don't know if it's because besides season 2, this is actually one of the few Hell's Kitchen seasons that I have seen the most. So, yeah, for me, season 4, it's kind of nostalgic. Some of the people from this season are starting to kind of grow on me a little bit. Like, this season's starting to grow on me as one of my favorite seasons of Hell's Kitchen. And not to mention, this was the first season where the camera quality started to get a little bit better. And we went from 12 chefs, and I believe this season had I believe 14 chefs from this season. I could be wrong. I'm going to look it up on my phone. Hell's Kitchen season 4. There were 15 chefs from this season. And, we're going to talk about all 15 of these chefs. Just talk about which ones were my favorite, which ones I thought were the best ones from this season. And so yeah, elite, we have the elite tier, good, meh, forgettable, and then the donkeys, which is the worst. So starting with Ben, I know some people would say he's a donkey, but for me, I'd say he's meh. Actually, I'll say he's in the middle. I will admit, Ben from season 4, he's actually probably one of my favorite Hell's Kitchen contestants of all time that didn't get a black jacket. Now, I'm not saying he was, gonna win the season. I didn't. When I watched season 4 for the first time, I didn't really think he would win the season, and I actually thought he wasn't that bad. It's just the problem was he was just on Ramsey's shit list the entire season, and it especially showed like on the 7th service, which was the day he was eliminated. Like when Matt moved to the red team, he was being like, oh, Matt wanted to move to the red team just because he felt like he was being bullied, he was being pushed off the blue team. And I'm not saying Matt was a great chef either. We'll get into Matt here in a little bit, but Ben especially was kind of being like, oh yeah, they can have Matt, this and that. Well, and then the night Ben was eliminated, that actually was his worst service. Like, Ramsey was on his ass the entire service. Well, that was actually the best service that I believe Matt had during his time in Hell's Kitchen. But it's funny because when Ben left, the next day, actually, I believe Matt was actually nominated the following service, which I kind of find funny. But anyway, Ben, he's in the middle. I actually thought he was pretty decent. I kind of always rooted for him, even though Ramsey may not have cared for him, but I like him. We got General Bobby, the 4-star general, the Black Gordon Ramsay. He was good. I wouldn't put him in elite, but I'd say he's good. I'd say he was probably one of the more likable people from season 4. I could actually kind of see him possibly being in the final 3, maybe possibly being a winner from this seat, maybe being the finale of the season if it wasn't for Christina and Corey. But I mean, I like Bobby. I mean, what was funny was he was actually nominated on the very first service of season 4, and I kind of always wondered, what would happen if he was nominated that night, if he went home instead of Dominic. But Ramsey saw something in him. He kept him all the way to the Black Jackets, and he was, I believe, the second Black Jacket from season 4 to be eliminated. Yeah, Bobby, he was pretty good. I liked him. Next up, we have the winner of season 4, Christina, and of course, I gotta put her in elite. Mainly just because she won the season, but she was actually nominated 5 times during the entire season. So the second service, she was nominated. So if you don't know, around this time, I'm gonna put. Thank goodness Corey's next. I won't say she's elite. I'll say she's good. I was not a huge fan of Corey, mainly because of the second service. So of the second night. So the second night of season 4, the red team lost, and so in the early days of Hell's Kitchen, Ramsey would have kind of like a best of worst. Like he would have like one person nominate 2 people for elimination. Like what she thought was like who performed the best, and Corey was the one nominating that night, and she nominated Christina, and then she nominated Jen. Mainly just because she thought, those were 2 big threats. And it wasn't because of, they struggled in the kitchen, they made mistakes, they sent out raw food, they don't really seem like team players or anything. No, it was just because of like personal reasons. Like I believe Jen, I think, was just or Christina was because she made her look like a dumb blonde or something. I mean, come on. And then I believe after season 4, you can kind of tell Ramsey slowly started to, take that away from people, or from contestants when it came to like nominating for elimination. Just because they were nominated for mainly personal reasons, from what it seemed like. But yeah, Corey was good. Christina, she was elite just because she won. But I don't know. A lot of people don't really think of her as kind of like one of the worst Hell's Kitchen winners, but I don't know. Then you got Craig. He's a donkey for sure. Anybody else who isn't really familiar with season 4 would probably put him in forgettable, but for me, I'd put him in a donkey. Oh, I remember Craig. I think wasn't he the first person for the signature dish? I believe he was the first one. And then he also had like the big chef hat in the intro. Like, how do you not forget that? Dominic, though, despite being the first bit, he's forgettable. Jason, donkey. I mean, Jason Underwood, probably the most unlikable guy on Hell's Kitchen history. I mean, he was sexist. He always made nasty comments to the red team, being like, oh, they would beat us in like a dusting contest or something like that. It's like, and then I remember, I think it was the day he was eliminated, but like he was like Christina and Corey kind of dragged him into the hot tub, and then he kind of threw the blue team kind of under the bus. Like he was like they were giving him beer, food, and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, Jason, just very unlikable guy. Not a very great chef either, and also he was eliminated while he was on desserts. But how do you mess up desserts? Like souffles, I get it. They're not very easy to make, but come on, it's desserts. Not a lot of people order desserts. Then you have Jen. She was good. I don't really think of her as elite, but she was good. Petroza, rest in peace. Probably should he would have won this season if he was maybe like 20 years older. I don't know if he was ever nominated for elimination other than the one time he nominated himself, but at the beginning of the season, I know some people don't really like this, but at the beginning of the season, he was wanting to quit. Like he wanted to back out. Like the competition got a little bit too much for him. He had a hard time remembering the menus. He was just kind of a mess at the beginning of the season, but no lie, he is the best chef from the season 4. But I don't know. But Petroza, definitely, he's elite. Rest in peace. Then you got Lou Ross. He's in the middle. I'm kind of just gonna fly through these just because I don't really have much to say about every single contestant. Jen. Say what you want about Jen. I know people who like her. I know people who don't like her. For me, I do like Jen from season 4. I thought she was great in the kitchen. You got Matt. Probably one of my least favorite Black Jacket chefs of all time. He is the reason why Ben, Lou Ross, and Roseanne didn't get Black Jackets. Actually, Jen's the reason why Lou Ross didn't get a Black Jacket. But whatever. Roseanne, very forgettable. Sharon, she was a donkey. And then these two, I honestly don't remember these. I think her name's Vanessa. Yeah, they're kind of forgettable. So yeah, that is the Hell's Kitchen Season 4 tier list. I apologize if this tier list wasn't really that great, or if I wasn't really that talkative. Just didn't really have much to say about most of these contestants. If I had to say the best one, I'd say Petroza, then Christina. Then I would say Corey, then Bobby. Actually, Jen, then Bobby, then Corey. Then Lou Ross. And then the worst one out of here. Actually, the best one out of the forgettables, I guess Roseanne, because she made it the farthest. Then Vanessa. And then Dominic, and then this girl. I don't remember who she was. And then Jason. Then Craig. Then Matt. And then Sharon. There we go. So, yeah. That is the Season 4 tier list for Hell's Kitchen. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. And I will see you guys later. In my next video, I think will be my Pixar character video.